McKinney is no longer the quiet suburb that everyone was flocking to the past 10 years. And if you've been here a while, you already know exactly what I mean. There was quite the exodus that's happening right now, and almost no one's talking about it. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, but it is real. Families, longtime residents, even people who just moved here a few years ago are starting to leave. We are breaking down the real reasons why thousands of former McKinney residents have decided to move out and why this trend might just be getting started. Let's start with the biggest issue: growth. McKinney didn't just grow, it exploded. What used to feel like a well-planned, manageable suburb has turned into a city that's trying to catch up with itself. Roads weren't built for this many cars. Have you been on 380 lately? Public services weren't scaled fast enough. What about the DMV in McKinney? And now residents are feeling the strain of every single day. Let's talk about the traffic, because this one hits everybody. What used to be a quick 10-15 minute drive now takes 30 and sometimes 45 minutes. And it's not just rush hour anymore. It's midday, it's the weekends, it's every time. And for a lot of people, this alone has been enough to push them to start looking elsewhere. Now, let's get into the money, because this is a big one. As home values skyrocketed, unfortunately, so did property taxes. And for many longtime homeowners, the numbers just didn't make sense anymore. You might love your home, you might love your neighborhood, but when your tax bill keeps climbing each year, year after year, eventually something has to give. Especially if you purchase new construction, we're seeing this. Another major factor, especially for families, is the school system. McKinney built its reputation on great schools, but rapid growth in population has stretched those schools thin, especially with the competing Melissa and Frisco ISD. Overcrowded classrooms, overworked teachers, and parents starting to question whether they're getting the same quality of education that they moved here for. Now, this one's a little more emotional, and it might be the most impactful, but McKinney used to have a small town charm. You knew your neighbors, the sense of community, but now that feeling is fading. It's being replaced with traffic, chain restaurants, and developments that look exactly the same. And for many people, this was the whole reason why they moved here in the first place. And here's where things start to get really interesting. People aren't just leaving, they're relocating nearby. Cities like Prosper, Anna, and Salina are becoming the new hotspots. They're offering newer homes, lower prices, and that same small town charm. So for a lot of families, it's not a tough decision. It's not just housing either. Everything is getting more expensive. Groceries, dining out, everyday expenses. And when the cost of living rises faster than the quality of life, people start to reevaluate. And this might be the most important point of all. The people who gave McKinney its identity are the ones who are leaving. The longtime residents, the families who built the community, they're starting to be priced out or simply pushed out just by the changes. And what's left behind is a city that feels very different than it once was. So now I want to hear from you. Are you still in McKinney, or did you already make your exit? What pushed you out? Or more importantly, what's keeping you here? Drop your experience in the comments below. I'll read every single one of them. And if you're thinking of moving to or moving out of McKinney, make sure you subscribe, because we're going to be breaking down everything that you need to know. McKinney isn't a bad place to live, but it's definitely not the same place that a lot of people fell in love with a few years ago.